Hello, Haberman here, and today I am bringing you the Castlevania adventure. First Castlevania game for the Game Boy, first of 3. We're gonna go through all of them. With me today, I have a guest commentator.
Hey everybody, this is Jim.
And here we go. So this came out at a time, 1989, when Konami was porting a bunch of their games to the Game Boy, or not really porting. Porting is not the right word. But you know, it was like, because if you look at the Game Boy library, half the games are like fucking remakes of NES games. So Konami decided to cash in on that. And what we have is Castlevania Adventure.
One of the most successful handheld Castlevania games to date, as you can see by the smooth frame rate and fast gameplay.
Yeah, this isn't Fraps being like a bad recording program or anything. The game is really this slow, and the audio glitches out this frequently, even if you're playing on a real Game Boy, which I can attest to personally, because I have played this on a real Game Boy. I own this on a real Game Boy, and it's pretty awful.
That's a point of pride, alright. Yeah, I think, in fact, Sega used this in their Game Gear commercial to illustrate just how shitty it was.
Oh, blast processing, not on a Nintendo. Here's Castlevania Adventure.
Sega does what Nintendo don't.
Oh, I should point out, there are no sub-weapons, like no crosses, no daggers, no axes, just your whip. You can level up the whip, so it shoots flames like the sword from Zelda, like you would if you had max health, but when you get hit, you lose that power. Whenever time you get hit, your whip downgrades from the possible 3 levels to like level 2 or level 1.
Well, so real men don't need sub-weapons. I mean, I think Koji just put the hearts in here as a cock tease to get you kind of amped up waiting for that dagger to come, but it's never coming.
Oh, and ducking doesn't work. So I'm back to the basic whip again, which is wonderful.
Oh yeah, makes the enemies run in fear.
It does like half damage. You pretty much need the chain whip, otherwise you're fucked. They give you a shit ton of invincibility in this game, the invincibility crosses. And the reason, pessimistically, cynically, it sounds cynical to say this, but it's true. It's really just them. They realize that you're not going to beat this game without the invincibility. You're not going to be able to climb the rope with the falling eyeballs. Because the eyeballs, they don't know how to make them stop when you're on the rope. So you need the invincibility, otherwise it'll just kill you on the way up. So they need to give you the cross, otherwise you can't progress. You'll just keep on getting knocked off the rope. So if you make it to the rope and you don't have the invincibility anymore, tough shit.
Yeah, and it was so nice of them, too, to make that invincibility power-up make you flash. Like the game wasn't going slow enough, but now you can't even see your fucking character at the 1 frame a minute it's going at.
And you have no idea how long it lasts for either, unless you're manually counting it. Because there's like no like invincibility tune like in, let's say, Sonic. You know, the song doesn't come to an end, it just stops. You're not invincible anymore. Tough
Surprise,
shit.
Yeah.
Oh, so that candle at the end there, you need the projectile up to get it, which I don't have. It's just a 1-up anyway, so...
Projectile whip?
Well, yeah, the flame whip, I guess. The whip, the flame that comes out of the whip. The whip that shoots the flame. God. We're only like a few minutes, we're like 3 minutes in, this game's already fucking boring.
How the hell can you tell you're even making progress? The entire background is the same thing, repeating over and over and over again.
You're not making any progress. You're playing the Castlevania Adventure. You're not productive. You're not going anywhere.
I mean, I think you've slaughtered enough birds to kill a forest here.
Okay, time to save state because these jumps are fucking impossible. Oh wow, I did get out in the first take.
Oh, never mind. fucking robbed.
No, you need to see like the pixel accuracy, and I think that there's another part of this level coming up like immediately next, where it's literally per pixel, otherwise you're fucked. And when you need to make here it is, these fucking platforms, okay? Your foot needs to be a pixel off, otherwise you don't make the jump. You need to literally not be standing on the platform. Your sprite needs to have like a pixel off the platform to be able to make the jump, which is retarded. That's stupid. That's stupid talk.
That's how men play the game, though. I mean, you know, it's meant there to be a difficulty feature. What are you gonna do? Leap of faith, right?
Yeah, like in Indiana Jones.
In a game, yeah, literally.
You gotta
a leap
trust
of
that there's something to jump onto.
Right, it's an issue of faith, especially in a game, Castlevania. So
freeze frame on any of these jumps, and it is just the dumbest thing you'll ever see. You'll just... I don't even bother trying to do it this time, because I need the whip power up down here, so I can have the flame whip.
So the whip
power
power
I lose it. So I just load state? Yeah.
Nice. The whip power-up's the orb, the pearl?
The orb, yeah, the flashing orb.
And so what, you can collect up to 3 of them, or how does it work?
You can get... First, you start off with your leather whip, which is useless. Then you get the chain whip, and then you get the chain whip that shoots the flame.
Which is standard, right? I see a lot of whips that do that in real life, so makes sense.
Yeah, it's Barnum and Bailey's. They innovated it, you know, for their Tiger Act. They wanted to give it an extra boost for the 21st century.
Because nothing's better than a tiger getting whipped with a flaming chain.
So this is retarded for any Castlevania game. This never happens. Instead of the boss just coming out, you have to hit a candle. Not only just hit the candle, you have to click its orb, and then the boss will appear. Otherwise, the boss just won't show up.
Oh, they're giving you a minute to collect yourself after that intense gaming session of getting through the death traps.
And of course, the flame doesn't even work on him, because this bounces right off his reflective armor. So we're just using the chain whip now.
So they just like fucking with you. No sub-weapons, give you a whip upgrade that really doesn't do anything.
At least he explodes. At least that's satisfying, sort of. Sort of. It's like they have any of the bosses from the original Castlevania games. Like Frankenstein, the Mummy, none of that. It's just generic boss.
Just a guy in armor. Well, they're saving it for the later stages, right?
Why did whoever decided that having the beeping sound as a timer becomes points was a good idea? It's a terrible idea.
Well,
so here's the next level. Little preview, few seconds. Not gonna go into it this time though.
A little bit of a teaser.
This teaser. That's what's coming up next. Caves. 4 levels. That's the second one. Get ready for bats and more slowdown.
Bats instead of birds. Slugs instead of snakes, yeah.
Really mixing it up. Except they do twice as much damage, so you're fucked.
Oh, even better, yeah.
Second level. Caves.
Yay.
Gym. Get some bats overhead. Watch the game slow down to a crawl.
Nothing like throwing a couple enemies on the stage to get things down to 1 frame a second.
Let's see what the power up there is. Oh, awesome! A cross! This would be awesome! We have to fight 3 bats at once or something!
Yeah, after the fight.
Oh, and I squandered it away too, because I do need the cross to fight these 3 fucking bats! It's wonderful. It's fucking great. I'm gonna get the shit beat out of me by these bats. Watch. Let's watch it. Just watch. It's gonna happen. There's no fucking jump and dodge and whatever. They fucking have these crazy patterns.
They just home in on you.
I just got done recording this level, and Jim heard me record the level. I didn't use the audio from that because it features a lot of swearing, and I know this will feature a lot of swearing, but I think that features more swearing than anybody wants to hear.
Yeah, would it come out sounding like a Let's Play by a sailor?
Yeah, I got really mad, and you'll see why. There's many things to get mad at in this level, and you know, some of my life advice, you know, my motto is, you know, be chill, you know, don't stress out. There's no need to stress out, especially over video games. But I was very upset.
Yeah, if you want to follow that life motto, don't fucking play this game.
Oh god, like I know, like, you know, people will like do like angry reviews of games or angry playthroughs. That's not funny, but oh my god, this level is just this is like a sign of things coming. The first level wasn't completely bad. I mean, it was slow, it's poorly programmed, there's no sub-weapons, so it's like, you know, a shitty Castlevania game. You know you're not in for a good Castlevania game. The music is like the one redeeming feature about this game, the one thing this game has going for it. Because it certainly doesn't have the graphics.
I love the hit detection, too, they've got on the enemies. You hit them about 5 times in the face, fucking finally went down.
And you know, these things can hit you, it'll be like 2 pixels away from you and you'll still get hit. Because your hitbox is a giant box, it's not actually your sprite. It's a giant box surrounding your sprite. Let's see if I can do this. Yeah, I do this on the first stage.
Nice.
I have 1 health left. Luckily, the hearts give you full health.
Yeah, I didn't realize that. I thought they were for sub-weapons like in every other game where the heart is.
So, this part I save state for. Because, this takes a few takes. The idea is you want to get the candle and jump the platforms and not die, because the platforms sink as soon as you hit them. This thing is like the steel whip thing. I missed it this time, and, well, I missed that too, so...
And you gotta admit, it's a dick move of them to put that whip power up right in that candle. Like, you're gonna wait around.
The best part is, if you hit it in midair, you stop, but you're on the platform, so the platform sinks, you can't even get on the platform! It's crazy talk, who does this?
Yeah, it's not Castlevania Advance, it's Castlevania Mindfuck. They like setting out little traps like that to stall you up.
I try pausing, maybe this'll help. No, fuck it.
Master strategy there, yeah.
Oh my god, how many times have I fucked this up? This hurts to watch, but this hurt to play, so...
Well, imagine doing this without save states. On a fucking Game Boy.
I did this once. I beat this game once in the Game Boy. I don't know how the fuck I did it, but I did it.
Glutton for punishment and a lot of batteries.
It had to have been like 10, 15 years ago. It was more than a decade ago I did this, and I can't do this now.
Back when this shit was acceptable in a game, yeah.
No, this was never acceptable. This was never... Yeah, okay, this game makes it pass. No, everyone hated this game when it came out. Everyone still hates this game. Everyone has every right to hate this game.
Well, this is quality programming. I mean, you know, great hit detection, great jumping mechanics. Look at this. Fluid motion.
Ugh. Ah! God, I make it and I fucking don't get the power-up! That's the worst thing! It's like that power-up is impossible to get. You can't do it. You can't get both. One or the other. You get the power-up and die, or you progress in the game and don't get the power-up. Oh my god.
And I love their little angular attacks here. Like, that's not annoying as fuck.
You can't even hit it because the whip is delayed. I don't know if I brought it up in the episode, but yeah, the first whip, like the whipping and jumping are delayed. It's not just slow as hell. It's also you hit it and you have to wait a full like 2 frames for you to even start the whip animation, which takes 3 frames. So that's just crazy.
So do you think it was intentional? Do you think they wanted to make the game difficult, or do you think it was a cheap technique so people never get to the end?
Yeah, it's just Konami just, you know, trying to up the ante here. They could have fixed it, because they did, because they had 2 more Game Boy games, and they weren't as slow as this, and they had sub-weapons, and the graphics were better, and it still played better than this. So, that's clearly had to have been the case, that Konami just wanted to amp shit up. There's no other explanation for how they could crash the Game Boy with this.
Well, this was the shortest of the 3, too, wasn't it?
Yeah, it only has 4 stages. The next one, Castlevania Adventure 2, has 5 or 6 stages, I think, and Legends has more.
So do you think it was intentional to pad out the game, then, that they made it so many instant death traps?
Well, we realized the game's made on the short side, so we just decided we'd drag it up and make the game play half speed, so it evens out!
Yeah, more bang for your buck. Kids like that.
Speaking of bangs, I don't know why does everything explode in this game? These eyeballs, particularly, they just blow up when you hit them, and they pick up the bridge with you too, which is bullshit because we just demonstrated how great the jumping in this game is, and there's no way to jump over 2 eyeballs at the same time. It just doesn't happen.
Yeah, they're trying to bait you into hitting it so you get knocked off the bridge.
They're like the fucking barrels from Donkey Kong. That's the only comparison I can come up with. There's bullshit and unfair.
That's a Castlevania twist. Instead of exploding barrels, exploding eyeballs.
Do I make it this time? I think I do, actually.
No.
Nope. Now that would be too much to ask for.
It's such a dick move. Can you imagine some poor 8-year-old playing this and never making any of these fucking jumps?
Never make it past the first level. I'll be able to make it past the first level. Get the fuck up the power I fucked up, and I'll never make it further than that.
Enjoy your 1-up, asshole. Now you die. Yeah.
Oh, so you know in like how Super Mario Bros. How occasionally they had like the castles, later castles, where you know you keep on taking the same path over and over again for eternity until you took a different path. Oh, surprise! This is like deja vu. You know, this looks familiar.
The kids will like that. Extend the game length a little more.
Yeah, do the same room 1,000 times. Oh, my invincibility runs out just as the eyeball is inside me. It's beautiful.
I like too how they put the infinite path trap in there with a time limit on the stage. Just any extra way they can fuck you out of a life, they're really gonna go for it.
It's great how the game slows down, but the timer keeps ticking at the same fucking rate. It's not affected by the slowdown, but you are.
Yeah, that's one piece of programming they got right was the fucking time clock.
Oh my god. Ugh, and I hate these guys. I hated them earlier. I'm still stuck with the leather whip, so it takes like 4 hits to kill it, which is more than it should take.
Well, with the hit detection the way it is, you have to get in close to nail them, and they've got projectile weapons. You're fucked by the time you get close to them.
And I lose the chain whip a second later. That's wonderful. Oh, and the jump, of course. I time it. You know, I'm not jumping 3 frames in advance. I'm jumping, you know, when I wouldn't need to jump in any other game that wasn't slow as molasses. So, you know, my bad. My mistake, guys.
They really make you earn the high score in this fucker, don't they?
I don't even bother trying to... I think I crouch or jump. Yeah. See, you can crouch one and jump the other.
And aside from the bats in this game, who the fuck are the enemies? Like, I don't recognize any recurring characters from the entire fucking series.
Ah, recurring shit! Oh my god.
More death traps. Infinite paths.
So here's the boss.
Fucking sloth of death.
Infinite sloths of death.
They can jump 30 feet in the air, of course, and they're super fast. That's nice.
So, as you may have guessed, we recorded this in advance. So there's about 24 takes of me fucking this up, and that's no exaggeration. I don't know how many I'm going to show, how many I won't show, because I know there's some pretty bullshit deaths. Like, you think this is a good spot? Because, they're not hitting me except for this one comes out, kills me.
Yeah, isn't that amazing, too, how slowdown happens when you have, 3 bats on stage and they're moving slow as shit, but you can put these sloths on there and they're gonna go super fast. No slowdown at all.
This part is bullshit. This is the most bullshit boss battle of all time. There's levels in Ikaruga that are easier than this. It's painful to watch because I'm just flashing back to everything I was doing 2 minutes ago.
Like a rape victim trying to wash away the shame.
I'm just in the shower for hours. I can't get clean. I'm just dirty. I feel dirty.
Can't get the moles off you. And I don't remember this either from the Castlevania mythology. I sure as shit don't remember playing Symphony of the Night and having a sloth come after me.
I don't remember this in Castlevania 1. The whole point of Castlevania is that it's cool. You have recurring shit, like, you'll fight the Grim Reaper in every game right before you fight Dracula. You don't have any of that in this game. I mean, you kill Dracula as the ending of the game, but...
yeah, instead of death, you get a couple of monkeys. Instead of fucking Frankenstein, you get a giraffe. It's fucking zoo. That's what you're fighting.
It's Christopher Belmont takes on the whole Brock Zoo.
Well, is
going through all the exhibits one by one. This is the cave exhibit where they keep all the caged animals.
Well, is this even which Belmont is this anyway?
This is Christopher Belmont, who is either, depending on which of the timelines, because there are multiple timelines in the Castlevania series. I don't know if any of you knew that or not, but but no one knows which not even Konami knows which timeline is the official one at this point. They didn't give a shit back then.
Yeah, I think at this point they just want to forget this fucking game.
Well, okay, we're playing as Christopher Belmont, who's either the grandson or grandfather of Simon, the first and second game.
An easy mistake to make. You're either the grandfather or the grandson. I make that mistake all the time.
It's between one of 5 generations, okay?
Only a 50-year gap in difference. That's not too hard to discern.
These games, though, well, not this one. This one, I think, is still part of the timeline. Christopher still shows up. Castlevania Legends, the third one, has been retconned.
Oh, that was the one they didn't like, huh?
That's the one where they said, no, story for this conflicts too much. Even though it had no confliction at all, and most Castlevania fans will tell you it still belongs, so there's no reason it should have been retconned.
Right, we gotta keep the sloths in the timeline. We can't lose these fucking moles. They have to stay and they're integral to the fucking Castlevania storyline.
But they're a major part of the mythos. They wrote the book just about the moles.
Right, we have Dracula give a monologue at the end of the game about these fucking characters. We cannot lose this game.
Remember the moles in those caves? Those were the village people turned into moles. You're killing your own kind. It's dramatic.
Yeah, I remember the Dracula fight in Symphony of the Night. When I'm walking up as Alucard, and, Dracula's talking about these sloths, and I can't figure out what the fuck he's talking about. It was this game. They had to keep it in the timeline.
You friend of humans! But do you know that the humans... Oh, look how close I was! There was one bar of them left! Bar one of them left!
Well, how many... You're fighting, what, 16 or 18 of them? There's 2 of them for every, one bar on their gauge.
Let's fucking count when we get to the winning take.
Yeah, it's 20. You have to kill 20 of these fuckers.
Oh my god!
And every time they hit you, it's a full bar, so... God.
This is so unfair. Who does this? Who playtested this and said, yeah, Ace! Yeah, go for it. Yeah, definitely, just, put it up. Put this on a cartridge and sell to people for money.
Yeah, they'll like it. Kids love animals. Throw a couple animals in there, they'll like it.
Yeah, kids like animals, moles, and, yeah, the bats, and the birds, and the birds and the bees. What are you gonna do?
I can already see the board meeting. Yeah, let's replace those fucking skeletons as the end-of-level boss on level 2 and put a couple of moles in there. That'll shut the kids up with the slowdown and the poor hit detection and shitty jump physics. That'll work.
Oh, wow, this is still going on.
Yeah, take number 40.
I'm still playing this game. I haven't quit yet.
You really get your fucking money's worth, don't you? 5 hours later when you beat number, fucking level 2.
I think I discover here that I can wait by the holes and I can hit them while they're still inside the holes. And that's the turning point in this battle.
Well, the arc of their jump changes too, depending on where you're standing, so it's really a bitch to even try to get a strategy down, because the little fuckers home in on you.
Oh my god! I can't even watch this.
Yeah,
some people will tell me to edit this when I post this, but you know what? Fuck it. This is what it's really like to play this game. I did edit. It's called save states. Imagine this in real life. You don't have save states. You just fuck up. Ah, we won! Nuts.
In fact, I bet you that was the strategy behind this. I bet you Konami and Nintendo got together and said, Nintendo said, I need you to make the most infuriating game so people will throw their fucking system at the wall and go out and buy a new one. So Konami's like, alright, we got it. Yeah, we can handle that.
Next level preview. What's gonna happen? What's gonna happen with that spike ceiling? I don't know, but it's definitely not gonna be like Mario Brothers 3.
Oh, it's not gonna be good, yeah. Fantastic series, fantastic game.
It's over.
So is that the storyline behind this game? That's what you're trying to find out at the end? Are you the grandfather or are you the grandson? That's what you need to ask Dracula. He's the only old enough fucker around to tell you.
It's actually not a Castlevania game. It's Mori the game, and you have to find it's the
who's the baby's daddy? That's the end. Yeah.
Dracula tells you at the end, you are Simon's grandfather.
Death comes out with a little black baby attached to his tit while he's breastfeeding on stage. Dracula's like, that ain't my fucking kid.
Oh wow, there's 2 more levels in this, and they only get harder.
That's fucking hard to imagine. So what's the next level boss then? A fucking rhino?
It's probably just some.
Marmaduke? Is it Marmaduke? Or maybe the fucking Monkey George from The Man in the Yellow Hat?
Tune in next time and find out on the Castlevania's Adventure Game Boy LP. Yeah, tune in next time. Oh, teaser. Now you're interested. Now you definitely want to watch the next episode, because this episode definitely didn't turn you away. You didn't get bored to death of this shit.
Yeah, find out next episode what animal he gets mauled with next.